sounds from the rhythm underground. Welcome to the We Love Guitar Nerds podcast, your place for all things guitar. We have your interviews, we have your lessons, your boomer discussions, and your verbal rabble-rousings. So please hit subscribe, share, and like to join our constantly growing musical community. Hi, this is Rod Gels from We Love Guitar Nerds. This is a mini lesson today. We're going to talk about the mathematics of the caged fingering system. Why would we want to learn the caged fingering system? So we say the caged fingering system, what are we talking about? There's a lot is said online about the caged fingering system. Basically, in a nutshell, and this could be a lesson into itself, the caged fingering system is a system that takes open chords, makes them into bar chords, and we find inversions all the way up the neck. So it allows us to play our chords not in one or two different locations, but 5 different locations all the way up the neck. It's very powerful. It is a very powerful system, the cage system. So with that said, we're gonna do the math. How is this gonna work? How is this gonna work? Why is it something we want to be checking out? So, little guitar fact for you. Fret 1 to fret 12, there's 21 separate tones. So a lot of these notes have 2 different spellings, like F sharp is G flat, E sharp is F. For example, between these 2 pitches, there's 4 different note names. So we count that up all the way up to the 12th fret. That's 21 different notes. Why is that important? Why that is important is that every fingering system, every fingering that we learn, once we learn our fingerboard, every fingering that we learn is 21 chords that we have that we can add to our chord vocabulary. Okay, that's the way to learn chords, not one at a time. Not let's grab the chord dictionary. All right, so 21 times 5 is 105. So every time we learn a chord within the cage system, there are 5 chords, fingerings in the cage system. So for every one of these chords, that's gonna be 21. Okay? So you times that by 5, because there's 5 different fingerings within the cage system, that's 105 chords right away. Okay, so with that said, within each of these chords, we have lots of different variations. So we know that this is a major chord. That is 21 chords. If I lift that pinky, that is 21 chords. If I add that second finger, is that 21 chords? Yes, it is. If I add that finger, that's 21 chords. All right, if I put my pinky there, is that 21 chords? Yeah, it is. If I put it there, that's another 21 chords, all right? So I don't even know how many 21 chords that is, but every fingering within the cage fingering, so if I have that's my C fingering within the cage fingering, okay? If I lift my finger, that's 21 chords. This is 21 chords. This is 21 chords, all right? So all we have to do basically is learn the one chord and just be able to know where it is around the neck, like we know our fingerboard. All right. So the cage system. The other part of this is how do we make music? Like, okay, we have chords. How do we make like the little notes within the chords, and how do we? That's another open like a rabbit hole we could crawl down. So when you're learning your chords, do not. My best advice is do not think of this as a 1 chord at a time endeavor, okay? Do use it around real music. Find songs that have the chords that you're looking for, but it's like, okay, how do I do this? Like whatever the song is, how do I create within that, and how do I use, and how can the cage system help me? Okay, we can figure out fingerings that we didn't know existed through the help of the CAGED system. So in the future, there will be many more installments of this CAGED idea. Okay, how do we apply it in creative ways? How do we apply it when sounding like such and such a guitar player? How do we apply it in funk comping, rock comping, jazz comping? Okay, so anyway, this is Rod from We Love Guitar Nerds. Hope you got a lot out of this lesson. Share it with everyone you know, and I will see you later. Bye.